I started school in Natick, Massachusetts in a Montessori school at a very young age, and then went to public schools in Boston, Natick, Massachusetts, and then Washington, D.C. I ultimately ended up in a private school in Washington, D.C. for middle school and high school because Washington, D.C. schools at that time were undergoing a whole bunch of reorganization about how they taught kids between 7 and, 15 maybe. But from the private high school that I went to Yale University undergrad and started out as a biology major because at that point I'd figured out I wanted to go into medicine. And everybody said, if you want to do medicine, you have to be a science major. And I took a whole year of biology and realized the only classes left were plant biology and zoology, which is animal biology, and insect biology, and realized I didn't want to be a biologist at all. And I switched to English, which was wonderful because I loved it. And I also knew that I still wanted to be a doctor. So when college was over, I took, I think, 2 years off between college and medical school. I think because I realized that once I started medical school, that would be a very narrow track for a little while, and the world would be divided into people who were doctors and people who weren't doctors. And I wanted just a little bit of time to experience the world as a person who wasn't a physician. So I worked at 3 different nonprofit organizations during those 2 years, and then went to medical school at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, Virginia, which is a great school and a great environment, and I think 10 times bigger than Yale, and so really a different experience. And then I went to do a residency, which is the next stage of training that is specific to what you want to do in medicine, in upstate New York at the University of Rochester, which is also a fantastic place and very different again. And then we came to Boston. And when I came to Boston, I was pretty certain that I didn't want to do any more medical training. I did not want to subspecialize and do cancer and gynecology or anything like that. But I did want to work with an underserved population. So after I was here for about 9 years, I took a year-long sabbatical and got a master's in public health at Harvard through a fellowship, which was a leadership fellowship for minorities interested in health policy, and then came back to Boston Medical Center and BU in 2009.